Hello. What's up, everybody? It's the Sean Show. Episode 17. We're here. Check us out. Alright, let's get straight into it. Hold on. It's the Sean Show. It's the greatest show. So, what are we looking at? We're looking at episode 17. Quick disclaimer. Fuck it. Alright, so let's check out the agenda. Today on the agenda we have the plug, of course. I did go on a holiday. I just came back from a very short holiday. I spent 2 nights away during my 2 days off from the Sean Show. It was nice. It was very invigorating. I got to just chill the hell out near the beach, and it was great. But now I'm back in the city and we're doing the Sean Show, so let's get going. I'll talk about the holiday after the plug. NFL Week 10. Thursday Night Football was played today. I did get to watch a little bit of it, as you guys know, when we get to the holiday part. Let's just get straight to it. I'm waffling. We'll start off with the plug. Boom. It's the Sean Show. Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. Currently at this time, tomorrow, Saturday, will probably be the last time that it is at this time slot. We'll be moving the show, let's say about, I want to say maybe 8 hours before now. That should kind of coincide with the end of the football games. And because I'm no longer a full-time jobber, I should be able to get to watch some of these games. I'd get to watch a tiny bit of the Ravens versus the Bengals, or should I say Bengals versus the Ravens. I got to watch a little bit of the end of it. Crazy stat line. Weird end of the game, I gotta say. It was I did miss the 2-point conversion, but before that I felt the game was a bit. Yeah, we'll get to it. Alright, back to the agenda over here. If I was to tell you about what the show is, just go and watch some of the previous episodes. Let me just get this back up real quick since we're still talking about the schedule. This is primarily right now a sports NFL show. NFL football is a finite resource. We only get it for less than half a year. So, while it is on, the show will likely be focused on that. Alternatively, when that is not on, we'll probably be talking about gaming, we'll probably be talking about news, we'll be talking about anything that fills in time, really. But gaming and news. Mainly shitting on the news. If you've seen my first few episodes where the show had some different structure, probably worth a watch. Probably worth a watch. Probably worth a like. Probably worth a comment. Maybe a comment and a like and a sub. Probably a sub. Alright, so let's get rid of that. Back to the agenda. We're talking about my holiday. As I just mentioned before, and as I mentioned in the previous episodes, I'm no longer a full-time jobber, so I will get to watch the football games. Thank the heavens. I'm not a religious person, but thank the heavens. As a, I don't know, just fucking saying, really. So I got to go on a little break. I finished up from my position on Tuesday. And then I spent Australian Wednesday and Australian Thursday night away from where I live in the city. It was good. It reminded me a lot of where I grew up. I did not go where I grew up. I was somewhat isolated. I didn't really know anybody there. It was great. I enjoyed it. Lots of really cute doggos. Not gonna share any photos though. I only took a photo of one doggo. But yeah, beautiful beaches. Beautiful ocean. It was really nice. It was really nice and chill. I honestly, sorry guys, I didn't think about the show at all. I was preoccupied just decompressing and, well, not really decompressing. I was more so just existing. which is a lot of what I just do. So this bit fucking sucks. Let's get to the football. All right. NFL Week 10, Thursday night football. Ravens versus the Bengals. I said that wrong again. As I was saying that, I was actually thinking about Monday night football's Kansas City versus Tampa Bay. I was working on that day. One of the customers came in and they were talking like, oh yeah, you know, I was looking up at the score, and I looked at the score and Tampa was ahead. This is like the first quarter and Tampa was ahead, and I was like, what the fuck? So I actually threw a bet on. I'm just going to whip that bet up real quick so I can tell you what it was on. It almost hit. It really did almost hit. I had like... So when I did my $1 million bet last week, it was at the certain odds. Well, the book that I use, I can't actually win like $1 million or over $1 million. So if, let's say, the odds are like 200,000 and I go to put $10 on there, it will say you can't do that. You can only put $5 on, because you can't win $1 million. It'll probably be like you can only put $4.99 on that. So our $1 million bet was just at the point where it was $9.90 to put it on. So I had 10 cents to spare in the account, so I was like, let me just make a fucking stupid bet on this Tampa Bay Bucks versus the Kansas City Chiefs game. So here was my parlay. I didn't make a graphic for this, so eat a shit. I had DeAndre Hopkins to score 2+ touchdowns. It came through. I had Kareem Hunt to rush over 64.5 yards. It came through. I had Rashad White to score a touchdown. It came through. I had Cade Otton to score a touchdown. It came through. I had the total over of 45.5 points. It came through. The only thing that didn't hit was Bucky Irving scoring a touchdown. I'm pretty sure I put it on there because he'd scored touchdowns in a lot of the recent games, so it would have turned my 10 cents into $160, but it was a pretty fucking good bet. 1,600 odds. Yeah, I wasn't that dirty. 10 cents. Would have been nice if it came through. Had some extra play money, but whatever. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about this game. Where are we? Oh shit. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. And let's get rid of the agenda poo. So I got to watch a little bit of this game. I can see that people want to see how the packs be going. We might get to that. Let's have a look, see. This game was a bit wild. Look at this scoring. This fourth quarter scoring was insane. So I returned from my holiday. I had to drive back. It was about what is this ad? Stop seeing this ad. Thank you. It was inappropriate. I think it was a milk ad. So I got home and this game was probably through the third quarter, and I was like unpacking all my stuff and I was kind of a bit annoyed at my car, so I was a bit fumey, to be honest. So I didn't realize that there was a game on, and then I chucked it on in the fourth quarter, and the score was pretty hefty. But yeah, let's have a look at this freaking stats. Sorry, fumbling over my words. I spent some time with my previous co-workers after they finished today, so yeah, enough said. So we've got Joe Burrows, 34 for 56. He had to throw the ball 56 times. Oh Jesus, that is crazy. And he only had they only had 16 rushes, so these guys were behind. From when? From when were they behind? Maybe in the third quarter. Maybe they scored this after Baltimore. Could have been 14-14, and then they scored. Let's have a look at the play-by-play. I just want to check this out real quick. So we open the game with a touchdown, punt, touchdown, and then we want to get to the second quarter. These guys were up again. These guys matched them, and then yes, Baltimore scored the first touchdown there. So this put them ahead at the third quarter. Hold on, wait. This is the fourth quarter. What is going on? Yeah, this is all fourth quarter shenanigans. Where is this? Where's the time? Fourth quarter, touchdown, third quarter. This is also third quarter. Okay. We'll check out this team stats after we look at this, because I'm sure there's a reason why Joe Burrow's had to throw the ball 56 times. We'll find that out. Can't do any replays. We did get copyright struck by YouTube for playing NFL highlights, so we can't do that anymore. All we have is stats and our recognition, our memory. So 56 times he tried to throw the ball, 428 yards. I don't understand this. I don't understand how there's a disparity there when one person was on the stat sheet. I've seen this when we were reviewing the last games as well. I'm a bit confused by it. I have to think about it a bit more. He had 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, a clean sheet throwing the ball on both sides. There was one where Lamar Jackson almost threw a pick, but the guy in the fourth quarter, he went down and the ball slipped out, and then he regained control of it. So, incomplete pass. Anyway, he was sacked 3 times, only lost 7 yards. 0 sacks for Lamar Jackson. That is nice. An amazing passer rating. 25 for 33, 290 yards, and 4 tuds. Extremely efficient right there. But that's going to happen when you've got this man, Derrick Henry. So, these guys did not have a balanced game. They're very pass heavy this time around. They could not get any yardage. Honestly, 3.2 yards is not really good enough. It needs to be at 4 to be effective, or at least efficient. So, the start of efficient. So this is not good. They could not rely on this. From the stats, they were up 7, and then they kind of were up at the end of the quarter. Obviously, they were up 21-14, and then it just went freaking bonkers. We'll go back to the play-by-play as we do a little review. But going back to the running game, 16 carries, 68 yards. That is not a very Derrick Henry stat line. 4.3 yards per carry, though. Like I said, that's the start of being efficient. You do that 3 times, you get a first down. What more can you ask for? You get 1 touchdown, longest of 11 yards. That is a very un-Derrick Henry-like stat. But these two teams have played a lot in recent years. Shit, is it divisional? It is divisional. So yeah, they have played a lot extra. And also, I think they've maybe matched up at least once in the playoffs. I'm talking absolute nonsense, but they have. I'm pretty sure they've played at least once in the playoffs. Justice Hill getting some carries. Lamar Jackson also being efficient. But still, it's not amazing. 99 rush yards for this offense. Again, you are behind a lot of the game, so you got to try and pick it up with your throw yardage. So let's go down here. This was insane. I don't know what kind of odds the parlay would have been for a Derrick Henry under. Jamar Chase 250 yards, 3 touchdowns, and both quarterbacks to throw 4 touchdowns. That would have been absolutely fucking insane odds. Excuse the language. Anyway, Jamar Chase picked up 11 receptions from his 17 targets, 264 yards, and 3 touchdowns. The longest was a 70-yard touchdown. I think it was the touchdown. Yeah, I got stuff to say about that. I'm not sure if it was a blown coverage or if it was just late game and people would tie it. I don't know. It looked Basically, anybody could have run that route, caught that ball, and run that in. That's all I'm saying. That's how bad the defense was on that particular play. Let's dismiss this. He was the highest targeted person by far. Look at this spread here. No one over 10. No one over 8. Rashad Bateman getting most targets. Mark Andrews also picking up a hefty share over there. But we were talking about the Bengals. Mike Gesicki, like, he had to throw the ball 56 times because it was not caught even 35 times. This guy did good, 100%. I don't know what happened. Like I said, I didn't watch a lot of the game. But yeah, there's Chase Brown had the best percentage on catches. That's an insane stat line though. This 264 and 3 tuds. Oh my god. I wonder how long when T Higgins is going to be back, because this should get spread out a bit more between him and Chase Brown. Anyway, let's go to Baltimore receiving. 111 yards off 3 receptions, 1 touchdown, 84 yards for the longest. 3 of 3. A perfect game for this man. Probably see this guy get maybe some more targets in the coming games with that kind of stat line. Mark Andrews getting 6 of his 7 targets. The man is probably is a Pro Bowler. I don't know. Dude should be an All-Pro. Probably is. 1 touchdown for him. Rashad Bateman also getting a touchdown. 8 targets. He caught 6 of them for 54 yards. Don't know why the screens were wigged out then. Zay Flowers did his set of work with the 4 balls that he caught. Big playmaker, this guy. He has a really good couple of catches that I saw. Nelson Aguilar got the other touchdown, and then Derrick Henry got involved catching the ball once. Justice Hill catching the 2 of the 2 targets, but going nowhere. Had the longest of 6, and then I'm assuming that he lost 6 yards. That's the only thing that makes sense. Let's go have a look at the fumbles. What happened in the turnover battle? 3 total fumbles. They lost 1. They recovered 1. And this is the recovered fumble. What happened? What happened here? There was 3 fumbles and 3 recoveries. No, wait. 3 fumbles, 2 recoveries. This must mean that one of the fumbles fumbled and went out. I guess you could say. It was probably fumbled and then rolled out of play. I'm going to imagine. We can check the play-by-play, actually. It should tell us fumble. Fumble here. Fumbles. Touched at the 30, recovered by Baltimore. So the next one. So that's a turnover fumble. It's not gonna say. I can do this. I'm sorry I'm gonna do this to you guys, but I just really need to know what happened to this fumble without watching the game or any highlights. I just want to assume that it was fumbled and went out of play. I'm gonna do this and we're gonna type fumble. No. Fumble. Alright, what do we have? Fumbles recovered by Cincinnati. Fumbles aborted. Then we have fumbles out of bounds. There we go. See, we figured it out, guys. We figured it out. That was the only explanation for 2 recoveries on 3 fumbles. Let's get going. That was just a little moral victory that I had to give myself. I'm sorry about that whole side quest that we just did. Again, no sacks over here. 3 sacks over here. Who picked these up? Who picked these up? What? This guy, Namadi Madbuike. Namadi Madbuike. That's a cool name. I hope I'm saying it right. Picked up 3 sacks. Madubuike. 3-sack game. That's huge. Raekwon Smith. 12 total tackles. Woof. That's huge. Let's check out the kick returns. Nothing really good over here. Shitty punt returns. The kicking, no field goals attempted. 4 for 4. Justin Tucker missing an extra point. What's that about? He hasn't had a great season. He's just absolutely ruining his stat line. It's sad to see. The dude is so clutch. He is so clutch. I just want to know if it was blocked or if he missed it. I think the commentators said he missed it. Extra point is good. Touchdown. Extra point is good. Touchdown. Pat failed. And then I think they must have gone for 2 somewhere. Extra point is good. Okay. I don't really know if these numbers match up too great, but whatever. Whatever. Let's go to the team stats. Okay, first downs. 27 first downs. 21 of them were passing. Obviously, he did throw the ball 50-something times. 2 rushing first downs. That's not great. That is not great. But also, if you're throwing first downs from 7 yards, who gives a shit if you only get 2 rushing first downs? The problem is that you had more first downs than the opponents, and you had more passing yards by far than the opponent. And you had like 50 less rush yards. Like, compared, that alone says you should have won this game. The amount of yards that you picked up in comparison. Where's the total yards here? Like, you almost trump them. You trump them by 80 yards. And air yards are crazy. Like, yeah, this stat line does not say that you lost this game. These guys had a better third down efficiency. These guys gave up the ball twice on 4th down. You know we hate to see it on the show. We don't like it when people lose the ball on 4th down. 75 total players to the 58. This just screams efficiency to me. You win the game. You know, much less first downs. Better third down conversion. You don't give the ball away on 4th down. I do believe you also win the turnover battle. Yes, you do. By 1. 4 of 4 red zone. 3 of 3 red zone. These guys were absolutely firing. 81 penalty yards. What? What? This boggles my mind a bit. You have less total yardage. You only have 99 rushing yards and 290 passing yards. I know that's good, but this is spread out between 3 people. And this is like in a shootout game. Like, this is fucking crazy. And you've set yourself back 81 yards. They must have had really good punting field position. They must have had great field position for a majority of the game to give up that many yardage. Put up less overall yardage by 80. Less first downs. That's that's insane to look at. Sorry, I'm just having a little statgasm. That's fucking wild. Yep. Better passes. 8 point. This is huge though. Both teams. That's crazy yards per pass. Honestly, for a game like this, that's nuts. You usually see this at like 4 or something. Like, both teams cracking 7 is pretty cool. only 7 yards lost to sacks. They only added up. They lost like 30 yards. Maybe. What was this? So maybe we can attribute this whole phenomena that I just had a statgasm over to PI penalties. That is the only way that these hidden yards show up. Sorry, I have to do this. I need to know. Alright, let's see what they call it. Is it just, I'll just type in pass. Int? No. Interference. PI? Where is PI? Don't tell me there was no... I'm just going to have to go through all the passes. I apologize. Pass incomplete, pass deep, pass short left, pass completion, incomplete, defensive holding. I have to look at these a bit quicker, a bit better, sorry. Alright, it's particularly the incompletes we have to look at. Short right, middle, short right, touchdown, incomplete, short right. We're looking for incompletes here. There is absolutely no way that there was no PI in this game. Unless they don't kind of mark it. Sorry, I was just reading that thing down the bottom there. Injured on the play, incomplete, penalty, defensive offside, left intended, intercepted, touchback, replay review, it was incomplete. That's the interception that I was talking about. Defensive holding. Declined. Incomplete. Illegal formation. They can't. Ineligible downfield. That was an interesting play as well. I can talk about that. It's one I got to see. Are you telling me there was no PI in this whole game? Unless they're not marking it, that is absolutely crazy if there was no PI. Touchdown. 2-point conversion. That's what we were looking for before. I think we've seen all of this shit. Yeah. Alright, so this is telling me that there was no PI in the game, and I don't believe it. So if that's true, this stat line is crazy, and my statgasm was very valid, let's say. So there was a couple of plays that I did want to talk about in this game that I did get to see. One of them I just noticed then. I think it was towards the end of the game. Where was it? There was an ineligible downfield penalty, and it was on... I can't remember who it was on, actually. Ineligible downfield. Okay, so this play... It was in the shotgun. It was a play action pass. So for those of you who do not know, play action is where the quarterback can either hold it to throw the ball or they can hand it off. It's a play action. You've got the option. What happened here was there was a penalty on the play. This guy, tackle, Linderbaum, he was done for an ineligible downfield because it was a pass. So he was ineligible. For those of you who don't know, if it is a pass play, the offensive line cannot pass a certain point. I'm not sure if it's the line of... I think they might not be able to go past the line of scrimmage. If it's a run... Don't quote me on that. If it's a running play, they can obviously move forward and help block upfield or downfield, whatever you want to call it. So, in the play action game, where it is basically like... The play action is a read, I believe, on where one of the ends or where the pressure is coming from. So if I'm the quarterback and I have the ball, I step back, my running back is running next to me. If there's penetration on the line and it looks like that guy is going for the running back, I'll have to step back, keep the ball, let my running back soak that dude up and throw the ball. If it looks like that dude is gunning for me, then I'm probably going to want to hand it off and just fucking, you know, I hope that the dude is like too late to react to my running back. That's the very basics. Thanks, Madden. That's the very basics of the play action. So, because it can be both, there has to be that understanding, I guess, between the O-line and what's happening fucking behind them. So, obviously, this guy thought that the play action was going to turn into a run, so he moved upfield. Lamar Jackson threw the ball to Zay Flowers for a 8-yard gain, but it was called back because obviously the lineman was upfield. He thought it was going to be a running play. Interesting. I don't think I've seen that penalty before, like live. I haven't. That's the first time I've actually kind of seen it. The only ineligible downfields I've ever seen have been like when they have not marked themselves eligible for a catch. So this was cool to see live. Not cool to see a fucking penalty, but still, it was actually pretty cool. I did learn a little bit something right there, and I'm gonna continue to learn more about that. The other play that I want to talk about was this. So, this one play touchdown for 70 yards. I don't know what happened in the coverage, but it looked like two safeties was supposed to be covering a half each, and neither of them wanted to cover the middle of the field. That's what it looked like. It looked like they were communicating like somebody is supposed to be here over the top. I think it was a busted coverage. Like, Jamar Chase just ran into open space and caught a wide open ball, and they didn't even chase him. He ran towards the line. They gave a bit of effort and was like, I'm not catching him. And then he just like tiptoed backwards and shit for a little while before stepping into the end zone. Killed some time. Commentator said it was something. It was like something to Lamar Jackson. I don't know. Maybe he did it on a previous play. I don't have the information to tell you that. But it looked like super low effort. And then from this point on, like the game and all the passes looked like extremely low effort football. Like, I'm sure everybody was gassed, but it was just so slow. Like, just people moving at a snail's pace. It was like, whoa. And I don't know, the defense just looked lazy. On both sides. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't get to watch a whole lot of it, but from what I saw, which was mainly the end of the game, very low effort. Low effort has been a little bit of a thing this season, actually. I've in some of the games I've watched, some teams' defenses just seem like super low effort. And it's like, are you guys trying to win? Like, rally to the ball, please. It was a long game. It was a busted coverage. Everybody's tired. I get it. Even the receivers were moving slow. Yes, good game to watch if you just tune in the second half, I'd say. Next thing I wanted to talk about was these Ravens uniforms. These things were sick. Like this matte finish on this helmet. Oh, God. It was nice. It was nice. This gold cage made me think of like some, I don't know college too well, but this made me think of like a very college style football helmet. This is the one right here. They're using their secondary logo, which is the head-on raven. It was pretty sweet. I gotta say, this is a sick outfit. I liked it. I just kind of maybe didn't like the gold grill there. Just not a big fan of that gold grill. And that's their normal jersey, which is just absolute fire. Absolute fire. This one too. Oh man, this is a good looking squad. I always liked the way this team looked. Nice. Let's go and check out the standings as we go into the rest of the football week. We'll get schedule up and we'll go to the standings. So what's going on this week? We have I'll be back on tomorrow. I will be back on tomorrow doing my picks. So my picks and my bets. I just want to see what the slate is like. We've got New York at Carolina. That's a shit show. We've got New England at Chicago. This will be a surprisingly okay game. Buffalo at Indianapolis. This should be a surprisingly okay game. Buffalo should win that one, I think. We have Denver at Kansas City Chiefs. This is also going to be a surprisingly good game, I think. This is a divisional, I believe. It is. No divisionals above there. First divisional of the week. Then we've got Atlanta versus New Orleans. I do believe that's a divisional. It is an NFC South battle. Should be Atlanta. I don't know what the fuck is going on with New Orleans. I do watch Pat McAfee show. It's a great show. I get most of my news from there, so I've just heard that it may not all be good in New Orleans right now. New Orleans. Then we got San Francisco at Tampa Bay. I believe Christian McCaffrey is back after the bye. Generally, I'd have to check it out, but I don't think teams coming off a bye do very well. This is a different beast, though. San Francisco 49ers are a different beast. I will have to double check what I just said. Obviously, I'll check that for my bets and my picks. But that's my kind of feeling. Obviously, I'll have to check how teams do after the bye week. I just know that I've seen good teams come off bye week and lose to objectively bad teams in previous seasons. San Francisco at Tampa Bay. Let's move on. That's not a divisional because these three are in a division. It's not a divisional. And then we have Pittsburgh at Washington. This should be a good game. That's another good game right there. This will also be a good game. Let's not skip that shit. This is going to be a great game. This is going to be a good game. This will be an okay game. Probably going to be a bit of a shootout. Jacksonville can score. I know they don't look, people like, look at this. 265 to win. Minnesota are rolling, but Jacksonville can score. Just remember that. Never count this Trevor Lawrence team out. No matter how much bullshit is happening with the organization, the team can score points. Now we got Tennessee versus Los Angeles. That is not a divisional. It is not. Los Angeles should hopefully win that. I can't remember what happened with Tennessee last week, but whatever. This is a divisional. This is very likely going to just be a Philadelphia game. I think Dak Prescott might be injured. We will check that out tomorrow. But yeah, likely Philadelphia wins there. We've got New York versus Arizona. That could be a really good game. And then Detroit at Houston. Depending on what is going on with Houston, they're definitely not performing like the team they were last season. So wrapping up the games for this Sunday. Excuse this. This is Australian time. Yeah, look what time I have to be able to watch this shit. Alright, so we've got... Don't watch it. Don't watch this game. I'm gonna watch it just because of the time slot. I wouldn't watch this game. I do like New York, so I'm gonna watch it. This game will be okay to watch. I'd probably watch this game. This game could be exciting. It's a maybe. This game's gonna be on. You may as well be watching this one. Or this one. Or this one. And tune into Red Zone for this one. Out of this 4 a.m. slate, I'd probably not watch this game. The rest of them could be pretty good. The rest of them could really be pretty good. And then for the 7 a.m., the 7 slot, I don't know what slot this is in the US. This could be a really good game. I wouldn't bank on these games being too good. These could likely be pretty one-sided matches. Los Angeles starting to roll. The Chargers are starting to roll. And then this game could be good, could be bad. It really depends on what Houston brings. They haven't been playing amazing, but at least they're playing to their competition. Playing to their competition is what this team has been doing. Do you know who hasn't been playing to their competition? This team. This team is just out here trying to embarrass people. Alright, well, yeah, that's the show. And then on Monday Night Football, we've got Miami at Los Angeles, which should be a very good game. Miami's getting back into the swing of things now that Tua's been back a few weeks. Tyreek is getting healthier and healthier. And Los Angeles is ready to go. They might have, if Puka Nakua is back, this game is going to be fucking fire. Absolutely. Alright, well, I believe that was the Sean Show. I don't think there's anything else in the agenda. That's it. That's it. I'll be back tomorrow with the picks and the bets for NFL Winter and Sunday Football. We will have our regular 9-leg parlay, and we will also have our $1 million bet. That's right, we're trying to become a millionaire on the channel, and we want you to become one as well. And all you'll need is $10 because the bet is generally 100,000 to 1. So, $10 will get you there. Alright guys, that was the Sean Show. Take care. Peace out. Peace out.